Hey level 1, so this is step 5. This is, if you look at your handouts, this whole sheet of paper with all this writing on it. So we're going to make the word art. We're going to start off with the A, and the A is going to go in the smallest section right here. So you're going to make your A by measuring the sides of your A. We're going to end up making a triangle with no bottom. So you're going to go from this corner to that very top line. You see that vertical line, the very tip of that, and you're going to go from this corner to that line right there. I'm going to do this in my red. You can draw this just with your regular pencil though. And what we're going to do next is thicken up the A in art. Now, as you go throughout this, the R and the T are increasingly going to get thicker as you go away from your vanishing point. But we want to have just a little bit of a dimension. So just the sides, you'll thicken up just a little bit. And you can take your pencil and fill it in after you thicken them up. Try to get them as even as you can. So the stem of my A is going to go to my vanishing point. So it's just going to be that dotted line that's going towards your vanishing point right there. You're going to start it off right there. It'll go that way, and then you'll thicken it up. And try to make this center line as thick as the other lines right there. And like I said, you're welcome to fill those in with your pencil. So the next one is the R. Now we're going to apply several things that we've done before with the R. Now if you think about an R, and I'll show you this, you've got an archway right here in this section of the R. So what's going to happen is we are going to make that guideline. It's that X here, and then you have that line going down the middle going towards your vanishing point to help you to make that archway. Now if you wanted to turn your paper another way just to help you as you draw it, please feel free to do that. Okay, so like I said, the next step is going to be the R. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to erase the very top part of your X. The reason why we're doing that, and that's this and this, you see that yellow line right there? You're going to erase that original X that you made that's right above that. The reason why we're doing that is because you're going to create a new X, and it's going to make things kind of confusing if you don't erase the original X. So do your best to just fade out what you originally drew just above that area right there. So what we're going to do is we are going to make dotted lines that are going to go from this corner to here. If you look at that, it's going to be above that yellow line, and from here to here. So we'll go ahead and start on that. So from this corner, we'll make our dotted line right there. And we'll do the same thing on this side. All right, and then you're going to also have a line going down the middle here. And don't go below where this yellow line is. You'll start it here. And you're going to have that, as well as you're going to, in the middle of that line, you're going to have a line that lines up, you know, to your vanishing point over there. So that will go that way. All right, so it looks like a little snowflake. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to start with making our little archway after we do our little stem with our purple. So I'm going to make just the side of this R just to let you guys see how this is going to be. So at the very end of that little line that, you know, you've got this little window right here, you're going to start right here. This is like that vertical line of your R. Okay. And we're going to thicken that up just a little bit. So if you look, if you compare between this and this is a little bit thicker than what the A is. So the next thing we're going to do, and like I said, you can turn your paper if this helps you out. We're going to end up making our arch. So one thing that you probably remember from before, it's going to curve right here. So this is going to be like the peak of our curve that's going to happen there. And our goal is to have it meet right here and then right here at this line right here. So if you want to make a light little guideline, you know, before you actually make your actual line right here, you certainly can. Whatever makes things a little bit easier for you. And then what's going to happen even up here and down there, you're going to take your ruler, and wherever it ends right here, you're going to take your ruler, and where that yellow line is, you'll line that up with your vanishing point there. It's going to hit up here after you see that blue line, and it's going to line up with your vanishing point right there. So with the archway right here, you'll end up thickening it, and one way that helps me a little bit whenever I'm actually trying to thicken up something that's a circular line, I end up doing little dotted lines. Or you can actually, if you want to be very, very exact about this, you can take a ruler and actually measure, you know, from here to here and here to here, and get it very exact as you go. But I try to do them, you know, the same amount of height as you go. All right, and then what you can do with this is you can fill it in, make it a bit 3D. And if there's an area of this that you feel like is not quite right, you can go back and erase any part of this. And then the last little part of this R is going to be this little stem. So what I ended up doing was my original X that's right here. I ended up actually making that little part, if it works, if it lines up with yours just right, and I actually made that part of my stem, and then I came down and thickened it up just a little bit. So I'm gonna do that. Just gonna kind of go with it. All right, and I'll thicken that up. And the last thing that we're going to do is make the T. Now, if you got through the A and the R, the T is going to be a piece of cake. So with the T, we are actually going to start with the central line right here. So this center line, what you can do is you can actually center the center line with that dotted line. It'll make it a lot easier if you do it that way. So one thing to think about is as you move up, your lines are going to increasingly get thicker. So we'll make this just a little bit thicker than what you see in the R. And you can make that go all the way to the top if it makes it easier for you. I'm just making a little bit of space for the top of the T. So I'm going to do the top of the T in red. And it's going to end, you know, right at the end of this little window mark. And then it's going to end right here. So just estimate how thick you made this. And you'll do the same for the very top of it. And we'll go ahead and fill that in. I will do another video that will show you how you do it on the actual side of the building, if that would help you guys out. If not, if you feel like you've got it, if you want to just look at the actual piece of paper that has it on the side of the building, that would be fine too. So however you want to do it, yeah, this has been a lot of fun. If this is it, I hope you guys have a great day. If not, look forward to the next video. Have a great one.